Hi, Em. Welcome to your first 45-minute flow with Annie. This is a good one to do at lunch. So I'll just get you started on your mat, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. One hand resting on the heart, one hand resting on the belly. Just taking a moment now to just really ground yourself. Whatever you've had going on at work today, just letting it go. Whatever pressure you've been putting on yourself in the lead up to the retreat this weekend, just noticing it and just letting it float by. We'll spend some time finding our breath, sitting at a desk all day. So just enjoying this pose as it gently opens up the hips. Always holding tension and emotion in the hips, especially when sitting stagnant at a desk. Maybe just moving your hands down and placing them on the hips and applying a little bit of gentle pressure just to help with the opening. And we'll gently reach the hands high above us, finding opposite elbows, taking a nice, generous inhale, drinking in the breath, and letting it all out. As always, taking a moment just to thank yourself for coming to the mat, especially during lunchtime. So easy when a day gets busy to just simply eat on the run or not move at all. So just thanking yourself for allowing yourself the time to find stillness, knowing that your productivity will only be increased by doing so. Spreading the arms out wide, knees come into the chest. Little rock from side to side, massaging the lower back. And then allowing the legs to fall all the way over to the right side, coming into a nice, easy twist, gazing over to the left. Enjoying the opening in the side body. And slowly back through center and all the way over to the other side. Never moving fast, just enjoying each ripple as you move. Taking an inhale and letting it all out. And slowly knees back into the chest, hugging them in, wrapping the arms around, seeing if you can grab opposite elbows, little rock from side to side. And then rocking along the length of the spine a couple of times, seeing if you could get each part of the vertebrae to hit the ground as we ripple along the length of the spine. One more time, rocking. And the next time we come up, we're going to cross our ankles, plant our hands, and make our way into tabletop position. Wrists coming under shoulders, knees under the hips, finding a neutral spine. We'll start by swaying from side to side, looking down to the right heel, looking down to the left heel. Just feeling the opening of the side body. One side opens, the other side closes. One more on each side. And then when you're ready, finding a neutral spine. We'll keep moving, making our way into cat and cow. Inhale to drop the belly, gaze up to the sky. Exhale, tuck the chin, rounding through the spine. So as always with my classes, this is your time. So move however you want to move. You may want to keep swaying from side to side. You may want to draw a figure of 8 with your hips, just whatever feels organic for your body. Enjoying the movements, warming up the spine. And of course, allowing the breath to flow with the movement. Relying on your breath to start each movement. Finishing the next round and finding stillness. Neutral spine, tabletop position. Inhale, right hand reaches high, opening up the heart. Exhale, threading the needle, cheek comes to rest on the mat. Left hand can float high if you wish, or it can stay grounded. Gently planting the left hand once more, right hand sweeps high, open up the heart. Exhale, both hands to the earth, little sway from side to side. Finding a neutral spine. Inhale, left hand reaches high. Exhale, right hand thread the needle. Right hand can float if it wish, otherwise keeping it grounded. Gently planting the hand, left hand floats once more, and then finding a neutral spine. Inhale for cat, exhale, release. And when we're ready, slowly coming down into our puppy dog pose. Bringing the forehead onto the mat. If you want more, bring the chin onto the mat. Heart melting pose, allowing the heart to melt towards the earth. The heart isn't guarded by anything here, you're fully exposing it. And then when you're ready, slowly walking the hands back in. And we're going to make our way to our first downward facing dog. No rush to get there, just setting yourself up, spreading the fingers wide, tucking the toes, and finding downward facing dog. We'll keep it moving here, bending one knee at a time. Walking the feet, little strides, always mindfully moving. You may want to wag the tail, sway from side to side on the knife edge of your feet, just whatever suits you here. And then when you're ready, finding stillness in down dog. Taking a generous inhale and letting it all out. In my classes, I always like to encourage everyone to hold their first downward facing dog for a bit longer than we do for the rest of the class. So just staying here for a moment, finding stillness before we find flow. When we're in our flow, we rush through down dog. So just finding the pose, softening the shoulders. Sit bones are reaching high to the sky, allowing your gaze to settle between your feet. You may want to close your eyes, shift the gaze internally, check in with yourself. Taking an inhale and opening the mouth, letting it all out. One more, taking an inhale, opening the mouth, letting it all out. Now we're going to switch over to our Ujjayi breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Constriction of the back of the throat. It's an oceanic raspy sound. We'll bend the knees, look towards the hands, baby steps all the way up to the hands. We'll meet in ragdoll position when we get there. Feet as wide as the hips, generous bend into the knees. And then hanging heavy, finding opposite elbows. Your head should be hanging heavy like a bowling ball. You may want to nod your head yes, shake your head no. Just releasing the neck. The head's such a heavy thing to carry on top of our body all day, so just allowing it to release. And then we'll sway from side to side. Always swaying slowly as if we're moving through honey. No rush. We don't have to be anywhere else except where we are right now in this moment. So just embracing it. Using your breath to keep you here. And gently releasing the hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more of those. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, back flat, sucking the tummy in, and release. Last one, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Slowly heel toe the feet in, toes to touch, heels slightly apart, and we'll slowly ripple all the way to standing. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Fingertips are the last to sweep up, gazing all the way up to the sky. Thumbs, fingertips come together to touch. Exhale, finding Tadasana, hands to the heart. Standing tall, softening the eyes closed. Imagine I have a piece of string attached to the crown of your head and I'm pulling you that bit taller. As always, just taking time to set an intention for your class. Anything that you've been working on. Whether it be checking in with yourself, finding your breath, whether it be to do with relationships, anyone you're struggling with. Maybe you're struggling with yourself, so whatever it is, finding that thing and sending love to it and setting that as your intention. Hands come down by our sides, flicking the eyes open, spreading the fingers. Imagine there's beams of light coming through each of the fingers, standing tall. Mountain pose. And enjoy your practice, Emily. Inhale, sweeping the hands high, gazing up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to find our halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, high plank, planting the hands, stepping back to high plank. We're going to hold it here in high plank for a moment, zipping up the belly. One line from the crown of the head all the way through the heels, pushing the earth away from you. And then we'll gently ripple forward as if we're peering over a cliff, elbows tuck in close, and slowly lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale for Cobra pose, shoulder blades kissing together. Exhale, release. Hands come off the mat onto the pads of the fingers. Inhale, fierce Cobra. Exhale, release. Hands come back in to frame the chest, this time floating the hands off the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. And we'll slowly ripple back to closed leg child's pose. Curling up into a little ball. Arms come down beside us. Forehead to rest on the mat. Great pose to go to at any time throughout the day if you need some time out. Curling up into a little ball. Finding your breath. Knowing you can stay in this pose for the whole class if that's what you wish. And gently, when you're ready, making our way to downward facing dog. So we're going to go through 3 traditional sun A's, and then I'll let you do one on your own. So we'll go through those together now. So meeting in down dog. Checking in here, finding your alignment, taking an inhale, and letting it all out. Bending knees, looking towards the hands, taking a step up to the hands. Inhale, hands to shins, find our halfway lift, flat back, belly draws in. Exhale, release. Inhale to sweep the hands all the way up to the sky, gazing up to the thumbs. Exhale to melt all the way down to the earth. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale to find high plank. Holding high plank, pushing the earth away from you. And then if you're ready for up dog, lowering down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or stick with cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking an inhale here and letting it all out. Bending knees, looking towards the hands, step, hop or jump to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly unraveling all the way up, fingertips sweeping high, gazing up to the thumbs. Exhale, melt all the way forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, finding your flow, high plank, lowering halfway or all the way. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more, taking an inhale and letting it all out. Bending knees, looking towards the hands, step, hop or jump to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, melting forward. Inhale, slowly unraveling all the way up to standing, gazing up to the thumbs. Exhale, melting forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, finding your flow. You can jump into chaturanga if that suits you, landing with bent elbows. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And from here, just taking you through one last sun A, just by yourself. So when you're ready, using your breath to guide you. When you finish that flow, finding down dog, you may want to drop the knees and go into child's pose. It's up to you. 5 breaths wherever you are. Letting the breath flow through the whole body. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Taking an inhale and letting it all out. Bending the knees, looking towards the hands, step, hop or jump to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly unraveling all the way up to standing, gazing up to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale to sweep high, finding pistol grip and making our way over to the right. Opening up through the side body, close the eyes here, enjoying the stretch. Slowly back to center, slight back bend if it's there for you. Back to center, over to the other side. Slowly coming back to center, hands come to the heart, standing tall. Inhale to sweep high, exhale, hands to the heart. Setting up for chair, toes together to touch, heels slightly apart, arms sweep back. Trace them along the mat as we sit deep into chair. Taking an inhale, exhale, seeing if you can sit any deeper. Beautiful, gazing down. Can you wiggle your toes? Our weight should be in our heels. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to find your flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drinking in the breath. Inhale, right leg reaches high, bending the knee, opening up the hip for scorpion tail. Checking in with the shoulders, shoulders square to the earth. We should gaze under our left armpit and see if we can see the right heel reaching towards the butt. And slowly straightening out the leg. Inhale, knee to nose, tiger curl. Exhale, shooting it high. This time making our way to low lunge, planting the foot, back knee drops. Inhale to sweep the arms high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Once more, inhale, Anjayanasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands plant beside us, coming into half Hanuman, so just straightening the front leg. Seeing if you can curl down any further here. Great stretch on the hammy. Just holding it here for a moment. And slowly re-bending into the knee, coming onto the ball of the back foot. Low runner's lunge, maybe a little rock back and forth. Left hand grounds, right hand floats high. Coming into a nice open twist. Taking an inhale. Exhale to frame the foot and make our way through our flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drinking in the breath and letting it out. Bending knees, looking towards hands, step, hop or jump to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, slowly reaching all the way high to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Setting up for chair, toes together, heels slightly apart. Take a seat, trace the fingertips along the mat. Taking an inhale. Exhale, seeing if you can sit any deeper. Beautiful. Once more, taking an inhale. Exhale, seeing if you can sit any deeper. Beautiful. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale to melt forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to find your flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale for, and meeting back in downward facing dog. Taking an inhale and letting it all out. Inhale, left leg reaches high, bending the knee, opening up the hip for scorpion tail. Enjoying the nice juicy hip opening. Gazing under right armpit, seeing if you can see the left foot. Beautiful. Straightening out the leg, knee comes through to the nose. And swinging it high. Once more, knee comes to nose. This time, plant the foot, drop the back knee. Inhale to sweep the hands high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Once more, inhale to sweep high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Slowly framing the foot, coming into half Hanuman. Straightening the front leg, toes pointing towards the face. And gently melting forward. Finding your breath. Enjoying the stretch in the hammy. And slowly re-bending into the knee, coming onto the ball of the back foot, low runner's lunge, little rock back and forward. And then right hand plants, left hand floating high. Nice, easy, open twist, opening the heart to the side. Taking an inhale. Exhale to frame the foot and make our way through our flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking an inhale and letting it all out. Bending the knees, looking towards the hands. Step, hop or jump to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly unraveling all the way up to standing. Gazing up to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart. Third chair pose, looking down to the toes, bending the knees, fingertips sweep behind us, and sit deep. Taking an inhale, exhale, seeing if you can sit any deeper. Beautiful. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, right elbow hooks over left knee, coming into a twist. Spread the wings here if you wish. Otherwise, hands focus on meeting at the heart. Taking an inhale, exhale, floating the hands high for chair. Beautiful. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, left elbow hooks over right knee, opening the heart to the side. And spreading the wings. Beautiful twist to rinse out the internal organs. Taking an inhale. Exhale to find chair, fingertips sweep high, sitting deep, and hands to heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to find your flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking an inhale. And letting it out. Inhale, right leg floats, bending the knee, opening up the hip. My favorite scorpion tail. Releasing all those emotions in the hips. And then slowly straightening the leg, knee comes through to the nose. Sweeping it high. This time making our way straight to warrior two, planting the foot. Back foot splays out, finding our alignment. Gaze settling over the front middle finger, switching the arms on. Inhale to flip and reverse the warrior. Enjoying that stretch in the side body. Exhale, side angle pose. Elbow to knee. Once more, flip and reverse. This is called dancing warrior. And elbow to knee. One more, flip and reverse, dancing warrior. And exhale, elbow to knee. Gazing up to the top hand. And then slowly the top hand flat plants to the earth as we come onto the ball of our back foot and float the right hand high. One of your favorite transitions from here to side plank, floating the leg back, landing in side plank, pushing the earth away from you, hips pushing high. Float the top leg if you wish, or drop the bottom knee. Taking an inhale, exhale to find high plank and make our way to down dog. Lowering down, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking an inhale and letting it out. Inhale, left leg reaches high, bending the knee, opening up the hip. Scorpion tail. Seeing if you can gaze under your right armpit and see your heel. Slowly straightening the leg, knee comes through to the nose, tiger curl. Shooting it back. And then once more, knee to nose, plant the foot, landing in our warrior two. Finding the pose, checking in with your alignment. Should be able to see your front toes. Arms switched on, gaze settles on what's beyond that front middle finger. Inhale to flip and reverse, enjoying that stretch in the side body. Exhale, elbow to knee. Once more, inhale to flip and reverse. Exhale, elbow to knee, side angle. And again, dancing warrior, flipping and reversing. Exhale, elbow to knee, side angle pose. Gazing up to the top hand and then slowly letting it float to the earth, planting the hand, coming onto ball of back foot. Right hand floats. And we make our way from here to side plank. Pushing hips away from the earth, zipping up the belly, feeling strong. Taking an inhale, exhale to find your flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Finding the breath. Inhale, right leg reaches high, keeping the legs straight this time. Three-legged dog, making our way straight to warrior two. Inhale to flip and reverse, straightening the front leg this time. Exhale, coming to upright, setting up for Trikonasana. Hips go back, torso comes forward as we slowly dive down Trikonasana. Taking an inhale and exhale. Slowly making our transition into half moon. Top hand comes to the hip, bending into the front knee, floating the back leg. Half moon pose. Top hand can float if you wish. Playing around with your gaze. Taking an inhale, exhale to slowly land, bending into the front knee, softly plant, landing in warrior two. Inhale to flip and reverse, straightening the front leg. Exhale, coming to upright, setting up for wide-legged forward fold, pigeon toeing the feet in, generous roll of the shoulders. Taking an inhale, exhale to melt all the way forward. Bringing the crown of your head to rest onto the mat. You're most welcome to go into headstand if that's where you want to go. You've got a few moments here to play. Otherwise, if you want something more restorative, soft bend into the knees and just hanging heavy. And when you're ready, gently releasing. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to slowly unravel all the way up to standing, finding warrior two. Inhale to flip and reverse. Exhale to cartwheel through our flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking an inhale and letting it all out. Inhale, left leg floats, hips square, straight to warrior two. Plant the foot, finding our alignment, arms switch on. Inhale to flip and reverse. Straightening the front leg. Slowly coming up for Trikonasana. Shorten the stance if you need to. Hips come back, torso comes forward as we slowly come into triangle pose. And then slow transition to half moon. Top hand comes to hip, bending into the front knee and launching our back foot off the earth. Top hand can float, shifting your gaze up to the sky. And when you're ready, slowly bending into the standing leg, gently landing in warrior two. Inhale to flip and reverse, straighten the front leg. Exhale to come to standing. Pigeon toe the feet. This time we'll interlace our hands behind us. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale to melt all the way down to the earth. You can always gently release the bind if that doesn't serve your body. Again, you can go into headstand on this side, whatever suits you here. And gently releasing the bind. Hands come down onto the earth in front of us. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to melt forward. Inhale to slowly unravel all the way up to standing, finding warrior two. Inhale to flip and reverse. Exhale to find our flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Dropping down into child's pose, knees spread wide, melting forward, finding your breath. Taking a moment to be proud of yourself, because you should be proud of yourself. And then when you're ready, slowly coming back to downward facing dog. Hands walk about 10 handprints to get there, all the way to the feet. Hands walking to the feet. Slowly rising all the way up, fingertips sweeping high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Slowly stepping forward, and we'll take a seat, coming all the way onto our backs. Little rock from side to side. And we're going to go straight into bridge pose. Plant the feet, reaching down, raising heels with the fingertips. Elbows planting into the earth as we slowly ripple up. You can interlace the hands underneath you. 3 breaths here. Slowly lowering, hands out wide, knock the knees together, and windscreen wiper from side to side. And then when you're ready, slowly hugging knees into chest, little massage of the spine, and we're going to come straight into wheel pose. Plant the feet, reach down to graze the heels, hands come next to the ears, coming onto crown of the head, and then coming up into wheel. So staying here for as long as you like. I'll give you 5 breaths. You might want to come down after 2, whatever suits you. When you're ready, slowly lowering all the way down to the earth. Coming back into Supta Baddha Konasana, where we started the class. 1 hand on the heart, 1 hand on the belly. Finding your breath, feeling the rise and fall of your belly as your hand is sitting there. Feeling all of your feelings, just allowing them to float through your body. Where are you holding tension? Where can you send your breath to relieve yourself of that tension? What is your mind doing? Is there something happening there? If there is, send the breath to your mind. Push everything else to the side for the moment as we find stillness. What loving act, what act of love have you done for yourself lately? I know to me that yoga is a profound act of self-love, and I know that I always feel great after it. Never ever regret doing a yoga class, even just lying on the mat for 10 minutes. Just enjoying my own company, the stillness of silence. Slowly hugging knees into the chest, little rock from side to side. Arms spread out, knees fall all the way over to the right, coming into a twist. Always finishing my classes with a twist. They're so good for detoxification, flushing out the internal organs, claiming victory over any waste, anything that doesn't serve our body, washing it away. Slowly coming back over to the other side. Coming back to the center, hugging the knees in tight. And we're gonna find happy baby. Last pose today. If there's anything else you need to do, certainly do it. That's all we have time for. Not even sure that I've fit it all into 45 minutes, but it's a work in progress. Never seeking perfectionism. And when you're ready, gently releasing one leg at a time, meeting in our final resting pose, Shavasana. One last roll of the shoulders. Any other little movements you need to make them now before finding complete stillness. Allowing your breath to just flow in and out of the body naturally. Switching off any constricted breathing. You may want to gently part your lips. And we'll just take ourselves through one last body scan, starting with the face, softening the skin. Noticing if the jaw is clenched, gently releasing it. Letting the tongue float away from the roof of the mouth. Softening through the shoulders. Softening down through the arms, all the way through the fingertips. Softening through the belly. Softening through our hips. Those beautiful hips that hold so much are now feeling so much release. Allow them to feel heavy. Softening through the thighs, the knees, all the way down through the shins, the quads, the calves, all the way through the toes. And finding Shavasana. Using this time to soak up all the benefits of this beautiful practice of yoga. Imagine yourself floating on top of the ocean. Gracefully floating. The beauty of this moment, the beauty of every moment you're in, the beauty of being present. Never looking back, never looking forward, always living in the now. That is where aliveness lives. I'm going to leave you in Shavasana for as long as you like. And thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.